Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Is This Disc Right For You? I'm Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, have Eric McCabe, 2010 Pro World Champion. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the Dynamic Discs Thief. Now this disc was our 2014 Trilogy Challenge disc. It is a very versatile fairway driver. The numbers we have are speed 8, glide 5, a turn 0, and a fade 2. So Eric, tell us about the profile of this disc.
Well, the profile on this type of a fairway driver, it's got a smaller rim on it, so I think a lot of people with smaller hands rather can really get a good grip on this disc. And even if you have larger hands, it really fits the hand nicely. It's pretty flat, I would say, and it's a really nice flying straight flying fairway driver.
Awesome. Well, like we always do on the show, let's see how it flies for myself, a casual disc golfer, and Eric, a pro disc golfer. Let's take a look. All right, well for me, the Dynamic Disc Thief is a very nice fairway driver. Keep in mind that we were throwing at a very nice, well actually a fairly heavy tailwind on the day we were out throwing. You'll see from my throws that I can get it pretty straight and a nice little fade at the end. I don't get a lot of distance with it. Of course, it is a fairway driver, but it is a very nice approach shot disc for me to get it up to the basket when I'm sitting in a nice spot in the fairway. What about you, Eric?
Well, for me, I think it's a little too understable for my bag. Like you said, we were throwing this in tailwind, and I was throwing the disc at probably 60 to 70% power with a hyzer, and it was always flipping up flat and flying fairly straight before hyzering out. But now the tailwind is what was causing it to hyzer out. I wouldn't recommend. It's not a very good headwind driver, but anytime you have a tailwind wind from the back or left to right, it should be a pretty good flyer for those players that maybe are just starting out. It's a wonderful beginner disc. It's not really much of an expert disc, I wouldn't say, or if you have bigger arm, I wouldn't recommend throwing this particular disc. But overall, it's a great disc if you don't have a whole lot of arm speed.
You know, you mentioned throwing it in a headwind. I do remember when we were just kind of throwing it just to practice, just to kind of warm up. Even myself, in a strong headwind, it turned over quite a bit if I didn't get it nice and flat. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. All right, guys. Well, if you think the Dynamic Disc Thief is something you want to pick up, go to dynamicdisc.com and pick yourself up a Dynamic Disc Thief. Thanks for watching this episode of Is This Disc Right For You? What we do for these episodes is we go out in the warehouse and we grab these discs right off the shelf and we take them out to the field or out to the course and we throw them. Now, sometimes we get a little bit of scuffs on here, a little bit of wear and tear, but nothing big. But we don't feel right putting them on the shelves to sell. So what we'd like to do is we like to give these away. So if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, go to the comments, leave us some comments, share and like the video, and then I will randomly pick a winner. All right, so get out there and give us some comments, and thanks for watching.